Welcome everyone to part 2 of this Tapo TP-Link sort of series. Today we're going to be looking over the Smart Connect sensor. Where I'm going to be placing this is downstairs in one of my cupboards for all my gear, so it's like a gear cupboard, just so I know that it's secure and safe while I'm not around. So obviously we've got the front doorbell for if anyone comes in that way, and then this little sensor will let me know and warn me if that door has been opened while I'm not around. Now if you missed the first video, we were setting up this little home system here that connects all of these devices together, so if you want to go and check that out, there'll be a link down in the description with all the other videos as well that you might have missed. But we're going to be connecting this to this device so you can see how they all work together. Then in the third part we're going to be checking out the camera and again connecting this to the home system. So let's start off with placing this downstairs, making sure it works, connecting it to an app to test the sensor and all of that good stuff. So let's get to it. But I will quickly mention that this can work on windows, doors, drawers, fridges, bread bins, anything that it can stick to that has a sort of connection opening and closing, this will work. So you don't have to just have it on a door, you can have it on anything like safes, all that good stuff, just to make sure that you are 100% secure in your home. But anyway, let's get it set up and then stuck where I need it to go. Okay, so this is the Tapo Smart Connect device. Literally what it is, one side on one door, one side on the frame. As it opens, it will detect open and closing, stick it with the pads provided onto the door, and then literally it's got like a magnetic sort of pull to it, and that will be the sensor letting you know. So what I'm gonna do is we'll set it up first onto the phone and then connect it on the door. So let's get it set up on the phone. So what you do is pull this little blue tab out, I believe, to get the battery going. There we go. Now I don't know how long these last, but you can change the battery, I believe, inside these. Tapo app here and then go to add device, and we're going to go to sensor, which is there. This is the, obviously it's always good to know, the T110, so it's this one here. We're going to go to select the hub to connect it to, go to next. LED is blinking green. So like I said, because we've got the hub already set up, this can all now connect. So we're going to go and put it as gear locker, put it as a screen so we know what it is. Okay, so check for firmware, all up to date and ready. So the device is closed at the minute. If the door opens, it should say opened. There we go, the door has now been opened, so now it gets me a notification, lets me know that the door has been opened, and then when it closes again, yep. And then it lets me know that the door is closed again, so I know now when the door is open and closed. The actual software here is a little bit delayed. It doesn't actually sort of update really quick unless you go on it, and it will tell you there when it was open and closed, so you can see all the data. So now let's go set that up downstairs so we know exactly how it should sort of fit on the door. As you can see, this is my gear locker. In a sense, it's there. But then when that closes, I have to go in here a minute, hang on. Sensor's going to have to go on the outside, which isn't really convenient because I don't want it to be seen, but I mean if it's like that, it will let me know when it's open and closed. So that's what we're going to do. So unfortunately it does have to be like a flush doorway. It can't be like how inside is where it's a bit further away because it won't work. That should be closed. Coming up as closed. Door is now open. Door is now closed. So that's the sensor all set up and ready to go. Very simple setup, super quick. There wasn't many complications apart from, again, the door has to be a flush door or window. It can't be sort of separate. How the inside of the door was, it was far away from the wall. You can't unfortunately put them sideways. It has to be sort of where the door connects and closes. It can't be any other way, unfortunately. You can't have it so one part's on the back of the door and one part's on the frame, so as it opens, it has to be flush, which is a bit of a hassle if you don't have a flush doorway, if the doorway is a bit far away or if it's a bit, you know, skew-if, but there's ways around it. Like you've seen, we've just done it downstairs. Now I have that security knowing that when the door opens and closes, and I mean if someone does break in, they're in such a hurry anyway, they're not technically looking for sensors around doors, so when it is even in plain view, I guarantee no one's going to notice it. Now, I could have put it at the bottom of the door, but the thing is, when people go to open doors, they're normally looking at their feet at where they're standing, so they can step back, so you'd notice it. Whereas at the very top, no one opens a door looking at the roof of the door, you know? So it does make sense to have it that high if people are wondering why we put it in plain sight up high, because I know for a fact that I have never opened a door looking up. I always open a door looking down at my feet, knowing okay, how much distance have I got where the door's going to hit my toe? So that was my mindset. I don't know if that's how anyone else would see it, or if you have another idea of where I could place it, please let me know, because it would be better to be out of sight than in sight, but unfortunately that's just what I had to do for this door. But overall, I mean, it works fantastic. It's very quick when it gives me notifications as soon as the door's open, maybe 2 seconds, and I get a notification on my phone saying door's open, and again when it's closed. So fantastic bit of kit. The fact that it's now paired with the hub as well, even better, because that will send me notifications as well. What I technically could do is have that sensor and a system where if I had a smart bulb downstairs, if I opened up the door, it would actually turn the light on for me myself. So there is other uses for this sensor. So if I had it in the office, if I opened up the door, it would tell you know who to turn all the lights on, and everything would get set up. So they are very capable of doing many more things than just having it as a home security system. So definitely recommend, if you want to check them out, there is that link down below. And if you want to see any of the other videos that we've posted in this 3-part series, please go in the description as well, because there's plenty more amazing things to come from Tapo and TP-Link already, with a hub, the sensor, and then next up is going to be the camera setup. So definitely want to check that out if you are looking at an indoor camera for your babies, your pets, or even just home security. But other than that, that is the sensor video, and hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, subscribe, and notification bell, because it really does help this channel grow. But other than that, capture, create, captivate, and I'll see you all in part 3.